Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video here. On the crypto markets, we're going to do a middle of the day market update. It is much earlier than I normally publish these, but I have some other things to do in the afternoon, so kind of just wanted to give you my thoughts. We heard earlier today that we will get some new tariffs from the United States, so I wanted to talk about that. We have some economic data coming out. There's certain altcoins that I want to say something about, so let's get right into it. There's enough to talk about. I'll try to keep it short and concise. But no promises. So the economic data we have today is the initial jobless claims and continuing jobless claims. I mean, compared to what we had yesterday with the inflation rate and CPI data, this means nothing. So maybe this is going to make the market move slightly, but I doubt it. All right, you should know it's there and maybe keep an eye on it. If the results vary a huge amount from the consensus, then it could be interesting, but outside of that, I do not expect much. What I expect more from over the course of today is the tariffs. All right, so what we heard is that Trump is set to announce another new round of tariffs today. So that's going to be interesting. All right, now, what can I say about this in general? It's already priced into the markets that we're going to get new tariffs. All right, it was already known that we would get new tariffs. And now the big question is well, if it's already priced in, which I do think is the case, the market right now is quite steady. All right, this is the stock market, right? So these are futures for the S&P 500, but you can see the S&P 500 as well. It's consolidating here around the all-time highs. So if it's already priced in, the big question is what are they pricing in? All right, and I also do think that when we actually get the tariffs, the question is all right, well, are they heavier than expected, or are they less than expected? And what is expected is very difficult, right? No one knows. It's the market. So in general, what I would say is we'll expect volatility. I actually do think, especially looking at the dollar strength index here, but also looking at the steady and relatively high stock markets, I would say that the most likely direction is still up from here, and we also still have a Coinbase Bitcoin premium, which is great. So fundamentally, except for the USDT dominance, I think the crypto market looks good for a move up. Potentially with volatility, we'll get some sort of a spike into our main support level here at 93,500, 93,000. You should be prepared for that. But ultimately, it's going to depend on the specific news, right? So if you want to trade ahead of that, I would call that gambling. The fundamentals right now look more bullish than bearish for the crypto markets, but like I said, they're just very dependent on the tariff. So be careful, don't trade too much, and wait for the actual news, wait for the actual direction of the markets before trading. So for Bitcoin, what I would say, purely technically, it still looks most likely we'll revisit 93,000. So for now, I'm still going to tell you, I think it's more likely we're going to get that spike down first before finding support and rallying back up, because I do expect that. Those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. Thoughts are very, very similar on XRP still. XRP is just basically moving together with Bitcoin. We've seen some more bullish momentum for XRP specifically this morning. So that could lead to something. And well, there's not much leverage coming in. This could lead to something, but again, it depends on the news. And at this point of time, it seems most likely that XRP will remain stable between 2.55 and its main support level around 2.3. All right, so that's what I would expect for XRP. Now, a quick shout out to a project I have invested in, which is the Game Company. It's a pretty big project. They did their IDO on Singularity DAO. Singularity DAO is one of the projects under the AGIX umbrella, and which AGIX obviously got into ASI and the whole fetch conglomeration, but a pretty interesting project. Would definitely advise you to check this out. They've launched on Gate.io and Maxi, as you can see. Some major investors did a relatively big IDO, raised quite a lot of funds, have now launched, dropped down quite a bit since launch, but it's now consolidating. So if you see some nice momentum coming in from this, first of all, keep this on your watch list. I would not buy right now, but if you actually see some bullish momentum coming in, some sort of a bullish reclaim, I would consider opening a position. But in general, interesting project. So check that out, and now let's get on with the video. So last thing that I wanted to talk about is altcoins over the course of today. What I said this morning is that if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, it looks quite interesting, because this is the first time, if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, that there's actually a chance that we might get some sort of a breakdown, which is obviously amazing for altcoins. Altcoins are also a little bit less correlated to Bitcoin, so that's another good sign. The thing is that, all right, well, the biggest narrative right now is the whole BNB and BNB ecosystem narrative. I would say that's still relatively strong. However, I do expect a pullback first. So if you want to jump into BNB, if you want to jump into Cake, if you want to jump into BNX, I would wait for that pullback into strong support levels around the 382 fib before potentially entering. Then outside of that, looking at the volume, the Trump meme coin got an upbit listing that might be interesting, but at this point of time, I would also stay away from it. The bakery token still very interesting, even though it's pulling back, but that's kind of the same story as with BNB. Litecoin volume is still quite high, and then to do a little bit of a highlight. Yesterday we got some news about potentially getting staking added to the Ethereum ETF. That's very bullish. Lido DAO is the main coin that should go up with that. As you can see, it's also in a beautiful consolidation here. So this is LDO. That's the name of the token. I would 100% recommend you to put this on your watch list and potentially accumulate, because if we are inevitably going to get staking for the Ethereum ETF as well, this coin will definitely break out and rally much higher. But those are my thoughts on the markets. Like I said, wait for some actual developments and wait for some actual news on the fundamentals. Then based on that, we will get new moves in the markets. I will try to keep you updated on that, but for now, those are my thoughts. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I will leave some links down to the game company so you can check it out, do some research on that, which I would definitely recommend, down in the description. So for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.